Kemi looked at my eyes. I almost got killed, Samuel. I almost got killed. Jesus. Kemi blurted again, unrelated to the subject of conversation. This was the part that annoyed me the most. How my wife strips me of all my pet names the moment we have a slight challenge or disagreement. I know it must have been traumatizing for her to have her life flash before her, but I went through the same thing. I was in that room too. I heard the gunshots. Babe, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I acted foolishly and I apologize. I replied, already on my knees. Look at me, I'm sorry. You didn't act foolishly. You didn't act foolishly. You acted childishly, which is not alien to you. I honestly don't know who sent me to marry a last-born. Cause what is this? She continued applying her makeup. A man that is not responsible? Any small thing you chicken out, you walk away, zero masculinity. I looked at her as she smacked her lip and added finishing touches on her face and asked myself if I ever saw this coming the first day we met at my grandmother's 80th birthday. The whole thing looked like a bad dream I needed to snap out of real quick. I had to shake off the thoughts when I suddenly realized it was our second anniversary. Babe, please, can we put yesterday and every other bad day behind us and face the future? I added quickly. I reached for her hand, but she pushed it away in disgust. Babe, it's our second marriage anniversary, more like heaven's second chance to make it right. See, Mr. Samuel, if you say this is our second wedding anniversary, I will agree. But a marriage anniversary? That's a big joke. This is anything but a marriage. You must think that I'm stupid because I speak in tongues. Kemi replied, picked her bag and hissed out of the room. I wanted to chase after her, do some explaining, but I know how deflated my ego will be if I continue. I'd called the office to inform them of the robbery incident and how I lost almost ₦1 million to the thieves that broke into my house. Sadly, the police arrived 3 hours after the street was completely stripped of its joy. There was just the little they could do. I opened my Bible to read, but it wasn't working. Images of my wife, bitter, kept flashing before me. I wouldn't stop questioning, what did I do wrong? At what point did things go sour? I couldn't place my hand on anything. Then my mind drew back to Uche. I'll go to him and just talk, because his advice to pray wasn't materializing. How do I pray over a mountain that's right in my face? Did you pray as I said? Uche asked me while dusting his shoes with a horsewhip. He had just opened that morning. No, I replied coldly. What if I told you that this was all a plan to distract you? The robbery, the money loss, and even your wife's early morning dose. It's all a plan to keep your eyes away from who and what's important. I really sympathize with you, but bro, that's not what you need now. You need God's mercy and help. Go to the throne of grace. I watched my childhood friend closely as he gracefully set up for the day. He looked so happy, and as he whistled along to the Igbo song blasting from his Bluetooth speaker, he seemed to have his life all figured out. Though single, Uche was the most unlikely one to find Jesus among our set. How did the Lord change him this much and my case has become the reverse? Every day in this marriage feels like I'm tilting closer to hell, even here on earth. Guy, let me ask you, why are you not married yet? I asked him. He turned to me and gave this hilarious dance to the beat of the song playing. Samuel Anyabwike Olorunfemi, aka Sammy Boy, aka Idumota Shakespeare. He laughed out, making me join him unashamedly. Brother, I'm not married because I have not heard God. Hear God? I thought it was he who finds a wife, the Bible said. I replied, well, there are two ways to these things. You either find a wife and show her to God for approval, or God approves a wife and shows her to you. Every man to his own. I choose the latter because I don't want to live the rest of my life fighting the wars I saw my parents fight. I don't get strength to cry for marriage. That was it. I wouldn't sit down and watch Uche indirectly insult me over a situation I narrated with him. He made it seem like he is best at making choices and I was foolish enough to land myself in a wrestling ring with unlimited matches. How could he be so insensitive? I'll be leaving now, I announced. I saw the shock on Uche's face. I made a demeanor that suggested I wasn't so happy with his response to my question. Maybe he didn't read the room because he kept smiling. I thought you would wait so we try a carbonara roasted yam and then pray, he replied, still smiling like he was blindfolded. No, I will go. Maybe next time. I think it's high time I took your advice to go on my knees. Alright, that's good. When I say go on your knees, I mean before God, not in front of your wife. He responded quickly with a chuckle. Okay, send me your account details. Let me send you small thing for you. Sorry. Thanks, man. We exchanged handshakes, but Uche pulled me in for a hug and kept muttering, pray, man, pray. I walked into my car and heaved a loud sigh. Maybe I was too harsh and impatient with a nice man. He only made a harmless statement and wasn't trying to make himself feel better than I was. The words of my wife that morning re-echoed in my heart. Do I really act childishly? I hit the steering, turned on the ignition and got moving. Can I get the boxers you talked about yesterday? I asked the young lady in front of me. Her eyes darted towards me, each glance filled with a mixture of admiration and longing, as if silently conveying her affection without uttering a single word. She was the lady of last night. You're back. Welcome. I'm sure you love what you saw last night, she replied, smirking her lips. Actually, I did. Can I sit and maybe talk to you? I said. I was a bit shy, but the words came out anyways. She offered me a plastic chair and we both got chatting. In few moments, I already found myself laughing out loud, sharing details of my life, and having the right escape from my troubles. She reminded me of Kemi, when things were still better, and Cream. I peeked at my wristwatch and it was already 7 p.m. I had spent about 10 hours with Idara already. We have had breakfast and lunch together and it still felt like morning. I think you should go home to your wife, she said. I didn't realize when my countenance shifted from carefree to apprehensive, knowing I had to return to the reality awaiting for me at home. Thank you for making me happy, Dara. Your name befits you, I replied. I feel so much like a man around you. I wish I met you years earlier. Hey, lover boy, before you start telling me those lies men tell, come on, be going. Go meet your wife. I'm always here. We could be friends. And I'm a shoulder you can lean on, right? I looked at her and all I saw was peace. If my wife could be half this witty and not all serious, like life is a war front and I'm her opponent. She made an attempt to hug me as a parting gift, but my conscience won't let me, so I shook her hands instead. She smiled and waved at me. I must have turned back 3 times before I got into my car. I had this tiny little regret for turning down the hug. I really wanted to go back to make it up, though she didn't seem bothered about it. Hey, Uncle Samuel. My wife called from the kitchen door the moment I sauntered in. Please try and check your phone, even if you can't check up on your family. Half the church was here, your department, pastor, his wife, and who knows what. They tried calling you to no avail. Your boss was here too. He called, but you didn't pick. Please try and use your phone if you won't use anything else. I picked up my phone and realized I had over 20 missed calls already and a truck of text messages. Was I that engrossed with Idara? Well, it was worth it, I thought. Oh, I didn't see it. I was too worried, I replied. But Kemi, on the other hand, was on a call. Hello? Kemi exclaimed with her phone clutched to her ear. Are you there? Omo, I'm still trying that recipe. Oh. Did you say I should add lemon to the broth? I got to my room, hopped in my bed, smiling at the ceiling and regurgitating on all the conversations I had with Idara. It felt like the perfect panacea to chemist theatrics. Hello Idara, can I call you tomorrow?